A very good morning and a warm welcome to YouTube channel of Srimati R.S. Kalaria Primary School. Myself, Miss Zeenat Dhanani. Today we will be studying English text, Unit 10, The Banyan Tree. Have you seen a mongoose? You have read in lesson 9 that a mongoose can fight with and kill a snake. We have already done desert animals, the 9th lesson. In that we have seen that a mongoose is very capable and an expert in killing a snake. Okay, in this lesson also we will see something about the mongoose and the snake. Unit 10, the banyan tree. You know that the banyan tree is the national tree of India also. The fight of the cobra and the mongoose is a classic drama often seen in India, and the outcome is largely the same. Outcome means the result. It's a drama, and we also know that cobra, the king of the snake, and the mongoose, the fight between the cobra and the mongoose is a classic drama, and the outcome is largely the same. The mongoose is not immune to the venomous bite. Not immune means not protected from, and venomous means poisonous. So the mongoose is not protected or not immune to the poisonous bite, but is faster and quicker in motion than the snake. We have read in lesson 9 that the mongoose is very fast, it can take action very fast, much faster and quicker than the snake. The cobra assumes means acquires a posture of defense. Posture means position. Okay, the cobra acquires or assumes a position of defense and attempts to reach the animal by a sweeping strike. Sweeping strike means broad or a vast hit. But the quick moving mongoose jumps out of reach and comes at the snake from another direction before the snake can get into striking position again. So what does the cobra do? The cobra assumes a position of defense and attempts with a sweeping strike. Sweeping strike means a broad hit. Okay, you can see the front part of the snake. It attempts to reach the mongoose with a sweeping strike, but the mongoose is so clever and so sharp that it jumps out of reach and comes at the snake from another direction, a direction from which the snake is unable to see the mongoose. This constant movement tires and discourages the snake. The snake gets tired. Every time the snake is ready to strike or hit the mongoose strikes from the opposite side. And the mongoose is finally able to leap in close and bury its teeth in the snake's neck. So it attacks the snake on the neck, usually severing the joints of the vertebrae. What is vertebrae? Series of small bones forming the backbone. So it injures the vertebrae of the snake. So we see here that no doubt cobra is very smart, but in front of mongoose it cannot show its smartness because mongoose attacks from the opposite side, a side from which the snake is not able to see the mongoose. You must have seen a banyan tree. This is a story about what the author saw as a young boy when he was sitting in an old banyan tree in his grandfather's house. In villages and open places we find banyan trees, and it is very relaxing and very nice to sit in the shade of the banyan tree. So the author here also tells us about his one such experience. Though the house and grounds belonged to my grandparents, ground means the property or the land. Okay, the house, the land belonged to my grandparents, the magnificent old banyan tree was mine. Magnificent means very big. You all know that banyan tree is a very big tree. The magnificent old banyan tree was mine, chiefly because grandfather at 65 could no longer climb it. The land, the tree, everything belonged to the author's grandfather, but now the author is having the right to the tree and to the land, because grandfather has become old and he is no more able to climb the tree. Its spreading branches which hung to the ground, the branches are coming to the ground, they have grown so big and took root again, forming a number of twisting passages. Twisting means curving. Okay, it has become so big that it is forming a number of crumpling or bend, out of shape passages, gave me endless pleasure. Pleasure means happiness. Among them were squirrels and snails and butterflies. So in this banyan tree, because it is such a big tree, the branches are hanging to the ground. Squirrels, snails, butterflies, all are frequent visitors of the tree. The tree was older than the house, older than grandfather, as old as Dehradun itself. They have not told you the age of the tree. Okay, you have to guess from these things that the tree was older than the house. Very, very old. Older than grandfather. You know that grandfather is 65 years old. So it is older than the grandfather and as old as Dehradun. Similarly to the age of Dehradun. So when Dehradun was established, the tree is also that many years old. I could hide myself in its branches. The branches are so widespread that the author as a young boy could hide himself in its branches, behind thick green leaves, and spy on the world below. Spy means to watch secretly. The author used to hide in the branches of the banyan tree and look at the world outside secretly. My first friend was a small grey squirrel. So when he used to visit the banyan tree, first friendship he did was with a small grey squirrel. Arching his back. Arching means bending. Okay, bending his back and sniffing into the air. Sniffing means to smell or to inhale. He seemed at first to resent. Resent means dislike my invasion. Invasion means entry of his privacy. The squirrel used to visit the tree from a very long time, and this author has just recently started visiting. So at first the squirrel did not like the author entering his privacy. Okay, he resented, he disliked. But when he found that I did not arm myself with catapult or air gun. What is catapult? Catapult is slingshot. Now what is slingshot? A forked stick with an elastic band fastened to the two prongs used by children for shooting small stones. Two sides are there and like this you do and you hit the stone. Yes, that's a slingshot. So when the squirrel knew that this boy does not have any catapult, because you know what they do, small boys, with that catapult, they hit the animals also because they enjoy. So now the squirrel knew that this boy has nothing with him, no gun, no catapult. That means he is not a person who will harm the squirrel. He became friendly. So now the squirrel became friends with this author. And when I started bringing him pieces of cake and biscuit, he grew quite bold and was soon taking morsels from hand. Morsels means small pieces of food. Every day the author, the boy, little boy, used to come and give him a piece of cake, biscuit. And so now he became friendly and he used to take morsels from his hand. Before long, he was delving. Delving means going deep into. Before long, he was delving into my pockets and helping himself to whatever he could find. Initially, in the starting, the boy used to take out from his pocket and give to the squirrel. But after some time, as time passed, the squirrel became so friendly with this boy that he used to put his hand in the pocket of the boy and take out whatever he wanted to eat. That means their friendship was so much stronger now. He was a very young squirrel and his friends and relatives probably thought him foolish and headstrong for trusting a human. Headstrong means stubborn. He was a very young squirrel, just very young. But so his friends and relatives who are older than this squirrel told him that you are foolish and you are stubborn. You you should not trust human beings because someday they might hurt you. In the spring, when the banyan tree was full of small red figs. What are figs? Figs are fruits with sweet dark flesh and many small seeds. It's a fruit, okay, with sweet dark flesh. It's sweet and it has many small seeds. So in the spring season, when the banyan tree was full of small red figs, birds of all kinds would flock into its branches. You know that in the spring season, birds are very much attracted to trees and fruits and everything grows very nicely. So birds of all kinds would flock into its branches. The red-bottomed bulbul, cheerful and greedy, parrots, myna and crows squabbling with one another. Squabbling means quarreling. Okay, so all these birds, mynas, crows, parrots, bulbuls, all come and quarrel with one another. Quarrel with one another means because everyone wants to eat the fruits. During the fig season, that is the spring season, the banyan tree was the noisiest place in the garden. Because there were so many birds, they used to make such a lot of noise that it was the noisiest place in the garden. Halfway up the tree, I had built a crude platform. Crude platform is a simple raised structure. So this boy had built a crude platform where I would spend the afternoons when it was not too hot. It was like a small sitting position which the boy had made for himself halfway up the tree where he would spend the afternoons when it was not very hot. I could read there, propping myself up against the tree with a cushion from the living room. Propping myself up means leaning against. That means very comfortably with his back resting in a resting position on the cushion. He had brought the cushion from the living room and he would rest himself, his back against this raised platform, and he would sit there and read in a very relaxing position. Treasure Island, Huckleberry Finn and the Story of Dr. Dolittle were some of the books that made up my banyan tree library. So because he used to spend some afternoons there when it was not hot and he used to read books there in a relaxing position, resting himself, the banyan tree had become a sort of library for him. When I did not feel like reading, I could look down through the leaves at the world below. There were times when he would not like to read, so he would just sit there and look at the world below. He would just look down. And on one particular afternoon, I had a grandstand view. Grandstand view is a clear view of that classic of the Indian wilds, a fight between a mongoose and a cobra. So one afternoon, he had a clear view, a grandstand view, okay, of that classic of the Indian wilds. He could see the fight between the mongoose and the cobra. The warm breezes of approaching summer. After spring, the season comes summer. The warm breezes of approaching summer had sent everyone, including the gardener, into the house. During summer season, the afternoons are very hot, so usually no one likes to sit outside. Okay, so the warm breezing of approaching summer. Summer has yet not approached, it is approaching. The warm breezes of approaching summer had sent everyone, including the gardener, into the house. I was feeling drowsy myself. Drowsy means sleepy. Wondering if I should go to the pond and have a swim with Ramu and the buffaloes. So he was thinking, I am also feeling very sleepy, I am not feeling like sitting here. So should I go to the pond and have a bath with Ramu and the buffaloes? When I saw a huge black cobra gliding out of a clump of cactus. When he was thinking of going to have a bath, his eyes fell on the cobra who was gliding out. Gliding out means to move smoothly. He was coming out of the clump. What is clump? Group of trees. Okay, he was coming out of a clump of cactus. At the same time, a mongoose emerged from the bushes. Emerged means came out and went straight for the cobra. Cobra is also coming out from the clump of cactus and a mongoose is also coming from the bushes. So now when both are seen together, what happens? A fight takes place. In a clearing, what is clearing? Clearing is an open space in a forest where there are no trees. Usually forests are covered with trees, but there are some places you can say a clearing where there are no trees. So in a clearing beneath the banyan tree, in bright sunshine, they came face to face. Cobra and mongoose are face to face. The cobra knew only too well that the grey mongoose, 3 feet long, was a superb fighter, clever and aggressive. Aggressive means violent. Cobra was very well aware that mongoose is a superb fighter, he is very violent and he can attack very bravely. But the cobra too was a skillful and experienced fighter. He could move swiftly and strike with the speed of light. Cobra is also no less. Okay, he was very experienced. He could move swiftly and strike with the speed of light. And the sacs, what are sacs? A part of an animal or plant shaped like a bag. Okay, his sacs were behind his long sharp fangs. Fangs are long sharp teeth of a snake or dog. Okay, so behind his fangs, the sacs were there which were full of deadly poison. It was to be a battle of champions. Both are excellent fighters. So now it was to be a battle of champions. Hissing defiance. Hissing defiance means to rebel in a challenging way. You know, hissing is the sound made by the snake. So hissing defiance in a very challenging way, his forked tongue darting in and out. Forked tongue means cobra's tongue is shaped like a fork. Okay, so in and out, he is moving his tongue in and out. The cobra raised 3 of his 6 feet off the ground. So it is assumed that the cobra is 6 feet long. So half his body, 3 of his 6 feet off the ground means half of his body he moved off the ground, usually the front part. Okay, half front part, and spread his broad spectacled hood. Hood is a covering for the head, neck and face. So the front part of the snake he moved off the ground. The mongoose bushed his tail. Bushed his tail, was ready and excited. Okay, now mongoose is also ready. The long hair on his spine stood up. Mongoose has, if you have seen the picture, you must have seen that the mongoose has long hair on his spine. That stood up. Stood up means now he is ready for the fight. Though the combatants are participants in a fight, those who are going to fight. Though the combatants were unaware of my presence in the tree. That means the cobra as well as the mongoose do not know that this boy is sitting and watching. They were soon made aware of the arrival of 2 other spectators. Spectators means people who watch. Okay, 2 other spectators came. The boy was there. Who else joined the boy? One was a myna, the other a jungle crow. Both of them also were sitting and watching. They had seen his preparations for battle and had settled on the cactus to watch the outcome, result. So, you know, actually if you go to see, it's very interesting to see them fight because both are excellent fighters. Had they been content, content means satisfied. Had they been content only to watch, all would have been well with both of them. Okay, had they been content only to watch, all would have been well with both of them. Now the fight will begin and we will see who is the winner here. The cobra stood on the defensive. Defensive means guard, swaying slowly from side to side, trying to mesmerize the mongoose. Mesmerize means magically persuade. Okay, to persuade him to come. Okay, into making a false move. False move is an unwise action to persuade him to come. But the mongoose knew the power of his opponent's glassy. Glassy means expressionless, unwinking eyes. Unwinking means steady, and refused to meet them. Mongoose was also very clever. He understood that his expressionless face means what? Instead, he fixed his at a point just below the cobra's hood and opened the attack. So where did the mongoose focus? He focused on at a point just below the cobra's hood, the front part, the hood, and attacked. Moving, he did not look, the mongoose did not look into the eyes of the cobra. He just focused on the point below the cobra's hood. Moving forward quickly until he was just within the cobra's reach, the mongoose made a pretended move to one side. He is just pretending that he is moving to one side. Immediately the cobra struck. His great hood came down so swiftly that I thought nothing could save the mongoose. The hood, the front part of the cobra came down so fast and he attacked so fast that this boy, the author, is thinking that now the mongoose is gone. I thought nothing could save the mongoose, but the little fellow jumped neatly to one side. Who is this little fellow here? Mongoose. He very neatly, very smartly jumped to one side and darted in as swiftly as the cobra. Darted means to come out. He darted, moved as swiftly as the cobra, biting the snake on the back and darting away again out of reach. He moved, he jumped so sharply, so neatly that he hit the cobra, bit the cobra on the back and moved away. At the same moment that the cobra struck, the crow and myna hurled themselves. Hurl means threw themselves at him, only to collide. Collide means to bump, okay? To bump into heavily in mid-air. Shrieking insults at each other. Shrieking means uttering sharp loud sound. A sharp loud sound came. They returned to the cactus plant. Okay, they collided heavily with one another and they made a loud sound and they returned back to the cactus. A few drops of blood glistened on the cobra's back. Glistened means shone. Because the mongoose had bit the cobra on the back, a few drops of blood could be seen. It was shining. The cobra struck and missed. Mongoose was the winner. Cobra struck but he missed. Again the mongoose sprang aside, jumped in and bit. Second time also when the cobra tried to attack the mongoose jumped, bit and moved away. Again the birds dived at the snake, bumped into each other instead and returned shrieking to the safety of the cactus. Second time also the birds dived at the snake, they went to the snake but again they collided and they returned making the noise safely to the cactus. The third round, over here round means a stage in a fight. The third round followed the same courses as the first but with one dramatic difference. Twice cobra struck and the mongoose won. Again the third time also the same thing happened but one difference, remarkable difference was there. The crow and the myna still determined means firm to take part in the proceedings. Proceedings are activities, dived at the cobra. This time they moved to cobra. This time they did not move to the snake. But this time they missed each other as well as they marked. Mark means impression. The myna flew on and reached its perch. Perch is the resting place. But the crow tried to pull up in mid-air and turned back. This time they did not collide because they went to the cobra. They missed each other and they did not leave their impression. The myna flew away in its resting place or the branch. And the crow tried to pull up in mid-air and turn back. In the second that it took the bird to do this, the cobra whipped his head back. Whipped his head back means to move suddenly. Okay, whipped his head back, moved his back suddenly with great force. Okay, the cobra moved his back suddenly with great force. His snout, what is snout? Nose and mouth of an animal. His snout thudding means the banging sound against the crow's body. Okay, so he made the banging sound against the crow's body. I saw the bird flung nearly 20 feet across the garden. The crow flew away 20 feet across the garden. It fluttered about for a while, then lay still. Still means unmoving. The myna remained on the cactus plant, and when the snake and the mongoose returned to the fight, very wisely decided not to interfere again. Myna is very smart. It is watching everything the crow is doing. So now the myna understood that this time when the mongoose and the cobra will fight, I will not interfere. Very nicely it is sitting on the cactus plant and watching. The cobra was weakening and the mongoose, walking fearlessly up to it, raised himself on his short legs and with a lightning snap, snap means bite, had the big snake by the snout. Now cobra is feeling very tired and he is not ready to fight. Okay, he is lost. But the mongoose is still very much energetic. It raised himself on his short legs and with a lightning bite had the big snake by the snout. The mongoose bit the cobra by the snout, nose and the mouth. The cobra writhed, W-I-T-H-E-D, writhed, tossed and twisted and lashed about in a frightening manner. Lashed about means to move violently. The cobra writhed and lashed about in a frightening manner and even coiled itself. Coil means to twist its body, to coil up about the mongoose, but to no avail. No avail means no success. Cobra has finally lost because the mongoose is extra energetic and the cobra is twisting and turning, but with no success. So the cobra was weakening and the mongoose walking fearlessly up to it. Mongoose has no fear. It is walking fearlessly, raised himself on his short legs and with a lightning bite had the big snake by the snout. He took the snake by the snout, I told you, the nose and the mouth of the animal. The cobra writhed, twisted and lashed about in a frightening manner and even coiled itself about the mongoose, but to no avail. The little fellow, who is this little fellow? Mongoose. The little fellow hung grimly on, firmly, it is very firm, until the snake had ceased to struggle, stopped. The mongoose did not lose hope till the cobra was energetic, ready to fight. The mongoose did not give up until the snake had ceased, stopped to struggle. He then smelt along its quivering length. Quivering means trembling length. Gripped it round the hood. Grip means to hold tightly. He then smelt along its quivering length, gripped it round the hood and dragged it into the bushes. So finally the mongoose has won. It is dragging the cobra in the bushes. The myna dropped cautiously. Cautiously means carefully to the ground, hopped about, peered. Peered means peeped into the bushes from a safe distance and then with a shrill cry, sharp cry of congratulation, flew away. So the myna is happy. It has come out. It is watching everyone and with a sharp cry, it flew away. So we see here children, this has been written by Ruskin Bond. Okay, it is a abridged, a short version of it. So we see basically in this lesson about the banyan tree, how the author is enjoying everything, sitting in the comfortable position of the banyan tree, how he reads books in the afternoons when it is not hot, and we also saw the fight of battle of champions, you can say, between the mongoose and the snake, how the mongoose proved itself to be the winner. Thank you students, I hope you enjoyed.